Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Mohan, and I'm incredibly passionate about helping you gain control of your finances. Today, we're diving headfirst into the essential building blocks of personal finance. We'll be covering everything from crafting a bulletproof budget to safeguarding your hard-earned money. Let's get started.
All right, let's talk about budgeting. Think of your budget like a roadmap for your money. It helps you track where your income is going, identify areas where you might be overspending, and make sure you're prioritizing your financial goals. The first step is to track your income and expenses. You can use a simple spreadsheet, a budgeting app, or even just a notebook. The key is to be consistent and honest with yourself. Differentiate between your needs and wants. Needs are essentials like housing, food, and transportation, while wants are things that would be nice to have but aren't strictly necessary. Once you have a good understanding of your cash flow, you can start allocating your money. One popular option is the 50-30-20 rule. This method suggests allocating 50% of your after-tax income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. Remember, your budget is a living document, so don't be afraid to adjust it as needed. The most important thing is to have a plan and stick to it as closely as possible.
Let's talk about saving, specifically building an emergency fund. This is non-negotiable, people. An emergency fund is your financial safety net. It's there to cover unexpected expenses like a medical bill, car repair, or job loss. Without one, you might find yourself in a really tough spot. Aim to save 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. Start small and gradually work your way up. Even $50 or $100 a month helps. Once your emergency fund is set, think about other savings goals. Save for a house, vacation, or early retirement. Be specific with your goals and set a timeline. This helps you stay motivated and track progress.
Let's face it, debt is a drag. It can feel like a huge weight on your shoulders. But the good news is, it's not a life sentence. Understand the different types of debt. There's good debt and bad debt. Good debt can help you build wealth. Bad debt, like credit card debt, can spiral out of control. Create a plan to conquer debt. Figure out how much you owe and prioritize your debts. Use the snowball or avalanche method. Snowball method focuses on paying off the smallest debt first. This can give you momentum. The avalanche method focuses on the highest interest debt. This saves you the most money in the long run.
Chapter 4. Understanding your income, gross versus net, taxes, and more. It's time to talk about income. Gross income is your total earnings before deductions. Net income is your take-home pay after taxes and deductions. This is the money you actually have available to spend. Understanding these numbers gives a clearer picture of your finances.
Chapter 5. Investing Basics, Growing Your Wealth for the Future. Investing might seem intimidating, but it's one of the most powerful tools you have for building wealth over time. The key is to start early and be consistent. Even small contributions can add up significantly over the long term thanks to the power of compound interest. Now, let's talk about different investment vehicles. Stocks represent ownership in a publicly traded company. When you buy stock, you're essentially buying a small piece of that company. Bonds are like loans that you make to a government or corporation. In exchange for lending them money, you receive regular interest payments and the return of your principal when the bond matures. Mutual funds and exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, are baskets of stocks, bonds, or other assets. They offer instant diversification, which is important because it helps reduce risk. Risk tolerance refers to your ability to stomach fluctuations in the value of your investments. It's important to invest in a way that aligns with your risk tolerance.
Chapter 6. Insurance, protecting what matters most. Insurance might not be the most exciting topic, but it's essential for protecting yourself and your loved ones from financial hardship. The basic idea behind insurance is simple. You pay a premium, and in exchange, the insurance company agrees to cover certain losses if they occur. There are several types of insurance that everyone should consider. Health insurance covers the cost of medical expenses in case of illness or injury. Auto insurance protects you financially if you're in a car accident. Homeowners or renters insurance covers your belongings in case of damage or theft. Life insurance provides financial support to your beneficiaries if you pass away. Disability insurance replaces a portion of your income if you become unable to work due to illness or injury. When shopping for insurance, it's important to understand key terms like premium, deductible, and coverage. The premium is the amount you pay for the insurance policy. Chapter 7. Setting Smart Financial Goals. Your roadmap to success. Setting financial goals gives you direction and motivation for your financial journey. But not all goals are created equal. To set yourself up for success, it's important to set SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. A specific goal is clearly defined. Instead of saying I want to save more money, a specific goal would be I want to save $5,000 for a down payment on a car. A measurable goal is quantifiable. You should be able to track your progress and know when you've achieved it. An achievable goal is realistic and attainable. It's important to set challenging goals, but they should also be within reach. A relevant goal is meaningful to you and aligns with your values and priorities. And finally, a time-bound goal has a deadline. This creates a sense of urgency and helps you stay on track. When setting financial goals, it's important to strike a balance between short-term and long-term goals. Let's face it, banking is a necessary part of life. But that doesn't mean it has to be complicated or expensive. In this chapter, we'll cover the basics of banking, including how to choose the right accounts, avoid fees, and manage your money effectively. First things first, let's talk about different types of bank accounts. Checking accounts are designed for everyday transactions, like depositing paychecks, paying bills, and withdrawing cash. Savings accounts are designed for saving money over the long term. They typically offer higher interest rates than checking accounts, but they may also have restrictions on withdrawals. Money market accounts are a hybrid between checking and savings accounts. They typically offer higher interest rates than checking accounts, but they may also have higher minimum balance requirements. Certificates of deposit, or CDs, offer a fixed interest rate for a set period, typically ranging from a few months to several years. CDs usually offer higher interest rates than savings accounts, but you'll have to pay a penalty if you withdraw your money before the maturity date. When choosing a bank, it's important to consider factors like fees, interest rates, convenience, and customer service.
In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with advertising and marketing messages designed to make us spend money. It's easy to get caught up in the hype and make impulsive purchases that we later regret. But by developing savvy consumer skills, you can take control of your spending and make informed decisions that align with your financial goals. One of the most important consumer skills is comparison shopping. Before you make a major purchase, take the time to compare prices from different retailers. You can use online tools like price comparison websites, or simply visit different stores in person. Don't be afraid to negotiate with salespeople to get the best possible price. Another important skill is understanding marketing tactics. Marketers are experts at using psychology to influence our purchasing decisions. They use tactics like scarcity, social proof, and emotional appeals to create a sense of urgency and make us feel like we need to buy something right now.
In today's digital age, it's more important than ever to protect your financial information and identity from theft. Identity theft occurs when someone steals your personal information, such as your name, social security number, or credit card number, and uses it to open fraudulent accounts, make unauthorized purchases, or even take out loans in your name. One of the simplest yet most effective ways to protect yourself from identity theft is to create strong, unique passwords for all your financial accounts. A strong password is at least 12 characters long and includes a mix of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Avoid using common words or phrases that can be easily guessed. It's also important to be aware of phishing scams. Phishing is a type of online fraud where criminals attempt to trick you into revealing personal information, such as your passwords or credit card numbers, by posing as a trustworthy entity, such as your bank, credit card company, or a social networking website. Be wary of emails, text messages, or phone calls that ask you to provide personal information. legitimate companies will never ask you to provide sensitive information over email or phone. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into personal finance. Remember, taking control of your finances isn't about being a financial expert overnight. It's about taking those small, consistent steps that add up to big results over time. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more personal finance tips and tricks. And don't forget to leave your questions in the comments below. I love hearing from you, and I'll do my best to answer as many as possible in future videos. Stay tuned, and let's keep building a brighter financial future together.